show this?
Sure. I would love that. This was a special token of affection given by myself and the First Lady to Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. And it's a key. We call it a key to the White House. And it's a key to our country and to our hearts. And you've been an amazing leader for a long period of time. And this is, in many respects, the big day, because this is something that's very special. And we just left UAE and Bahrain. We're going to meet outside in a ceremony. And it's just a very important event, and it's an honor to have you with us, baby. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I have said, and this is true, that you have the key to the hearts of the people of Israel because of all the great things you've done for the Jewish state and the Jewish people. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Fantastic.
You come back and give me one name or one descriptive word. Trump.
Don't take this wrong, but remember I'm Jewish, and a Messiah is, in Judaism, is a person who would bring the one true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the world. A Messiah means a great leader, a great prophet. I believe that Donald J. Trump is a Messiah for what's called the New Jerusalem, which is the United States of America. He was it, and he opened everybody's eyes. That's the only way I can describe him. He's a prophecy fulfilled.
What I believe is the one who's going to switch from Yahweh to Yavoid is Donald Trump. He will turn America from Yahweh to Yavoid, because everything he says indicates that. He's going to really be a tremendous president in the United States. Tremendous. He's going to stand up to all the nations of the world. He's going to side with Israel when he realizes that they cannot make peace with Israel, as I've said before, because it's theologically impossible. And that's why I believe, remember I said that the Gematria of Donald Trump is Gematria Mashiach ben David? You know what that means? He, I believe, is the Mashiach of Edom. But Mashiach is nothing more than an anointed one, right? That completely reverses the order of something. Trump, I believe, is the Messiah of Edom, of Esau. And therefore, he will take them from Yahweh to Yavoid, from someone who afflicts Israel to someone who will assist them. And believe me, he's going to be fabulous with the Jewish people.
And you don't have to say, well, I don't know, where's he at, I don't like the way you talk. I understand all that, but the thing is that we're talking about God's purposes. That's what we're talking about. God uses whom he'll use, but he was used. He also was used very powerfully for Jerusalem. Jerusalem, recognizing Jerusalem. He's the first modern leader. First leader since ancient times who recognized Jerusalem. As that. He was used in some very, very important ways.
What I believe is that, this is a quote from him, he says, what I believe is that the one who is going to switch from Esau, from persecuting the Jews, to Esau, who is serving the Jews, is Donald Trump. Rabbi Kessin claims he is going to purify Edom.
I want to promise you one thing. If Trump was the president right now, we would be able to win 10 times faster and 10 times better against our Nazi enemies. He would give us any weapon we want, unconditional. He wouldn't care what the world is barking about. He would shut down these European liberals and tell them just be quiet. I run the show here.
Don't forget, I don't know if you haven't watched the show, I happen to be Jewish by birth, and 75% of all Jews vote Democrat, and they don't like Trump, and this is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. Trump's the best.
That we're not going to go into a war, but if we do, we're going to win that war like nobody has ever won a war before. We will not be politically correct, but we're not going to be there. And I think, as you mentioned, Bibi, before, peace through strength. And that's what it's all about. The United States has the greatest and most powerful military in the, right now, history of the world. I can tell you we have weapons that nobody's ever dreamt of. I only hope we never have to use them. I rebuilt the military. I was proud to do it. But some of the things I hated to do, I hated certain of the weapons because the level of power is so enormous, it's so dangerous, so bad. But we have to do what we have to do. We make the best weapons in the world, and we've got a lot of them. And we've given a lot to Israel, frankly. And I mean, Bibi would call me so many times, can you get me this weapon, that weapon, that weapon? Some of them I never heard of, Bibi, and I made them. But we'd get them here, wouldn't we? And they are the best. They are the best. But you used them well. It also takes people that know how to use them. And you obviously used them very well. But so many that Israel became strong and powerful, which ultimately led to peace. That's what led to peace.
It's an honor to be here with the first Jewish president of the United States. And if he isn't, he should be.
These so-called Jews in Freemasonry have been controlling the United States since its conception, with figures like Haim Solomon being orchestrated in the early days and Donald Trump now. After all, Trump did admit to practicing Kabbalah under Eaton Yardini on page 188 of his book, Trump the Way to the Top.
Like this. Marx, say a couple of words. Come here, darling. And these people do like Israel.
Hold on. And he loves Israel too.
It's true.
2 seconds. 6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president."
It's true.
Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
That's right. Bad things happened on the second one. Namely, the election was rigged.
We talked a couple of weeks ago, you were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, you know, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. We also give a very special thanks to someone who truly loves Israel. In fact, loves it so much that my daughter converted. My daughter converted. And Bibi, you do know this was not in the cards for me. You understand that. And she is so happy, and they are so happy. At least I think they're happy. If they're not, we have a big story, right? Okay. Give thanks to Hashem, for his work is good, his kindness endures forever. Presented to President Donald J. Trump for his extraordinary and heroic efforts to help the state of Israel and the Jewish people. He and his family should be blessed eternally from the Israel Heritage Foundation, July 10th, 2023. I want to thank you. Let me put it this way. If we don't win, Israel's in big trouble. I really do. I mean it. Israel's
שהיא מספיק, כאילו שהיום כבר שוד, כמה שוד בגיל ועדיין ליבו, אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש להשתדל גם היום, ובשורות טובות.
Grand High Kabbalist Rebbe Schneerson was so powerful and influential that in 1978, the U.S. Congress asked President Jimmy Carter to designate Schneerson's birthday as the National Education Day in the United States. It has been since renamed as Education and Sharing Day. But under the cover of this National Education and Sharing Day, President George Bush Sr. also slipped in Public Law 102-14, which establishes the Kabbalist 7 Noahide Laws as the supreme law of the land. Every single president of the United States since has re-signed this bill and nationally honors Rebbe Schneerson's birthday as National Education and Sharing Day. U.S. Congressman William Dennemeyer, who served from 1979 to 1992, warned Christians and publicly stated, "In very basic terms, the law forbids the worship of Jesus Christ and the mention of his name under penalty of death by beheading." He warned there would soon come a day when the Noahide laws will be enforced, along with their penalties. Under the Affordable Care Act, death by guillotine is an actual inclusion for the use of capital punishment. Just as the Noahide laws were classified under an education bill, death by beheading by guillotine is classified under Medical Code ICD-9 E978 under legal execution.
And the Rebbe pleaded, if only the United Nations will go back to the basics and empower their nation to adopt the 7 Noahide laws, then this world would be a very different world.
Death by firing squad, electrocution, or poison gas. Under a new rule filed by the Trump administration, these methods can now be used to carry out executions for federal death sentences in addition to lethal injection.
Very much in favor of the death penalty. We have to bring back the death penalty. They have to pay the ultimate price.
Death penalty. Bring it forth.
Again, the words death penalty, death penalty, death penalty, death penalty. From no penalty to death penalty. The death penalty. The death penalty. It's called the death penalty, okay?
Two ultra-Orthodox members of Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition have introduced a bill that would punish believers for sharing the gospel of Jesus with prison time. United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail. Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to stop Christians in particular.
You know what Israel need today? They need Yeshua. They need Yeshua. But if you bring Jesus, you bring the wrong guy. Don't bring us Jesus. But if you bring Jesus, you bring the wrong guy. Don't bring us Jesus.
The name Jesus is really Yeshua.
He wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, which is a great book.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I If I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't.
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You gotta get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again.
In Kabbalah, visiting grave sites is a common mystical practice, particularly at the graves of tzaddikim, righteous individuals. This is Donald Trump in October of 2024, visiting the gravesite of Grand High Kabbalist Rebbe Schneerson. You can also see Trump's Kabbalah handlers next to him, who seem to be guiding him in this ritual. Kabbalah teaches that tzaddikim, righteous individuals, continue to shield the world even after their death, their prayers and blessings still effective. Visiting their gravesites allows one to tap into this merit and benefit from their intercession, holiness, and merit of the righteous one's grave to amplify one's own prayers to their God, Ian Sof.